rock the nation. Take over television and radio station. Bam, bam. The truth shall come. Give the corporations of complication.
I don't need to ask more than once. I'm just saying, I don't need to ask more than once. I saw you sleeping. I'm just saying, you need to get your stuff and go. Can't lay in the park now. Sir, I'm asking you one more time. I'm just saying, take your stuff. No, I'm going to ask you to leave the park. Just laying down, what the sleep? Get your bag. When you call, can I talk to my phone? Can I give you a bag?
How can I help you, sir?
So I was wondering what the rules for Hurt Park are with regard to people sleeping in the park.
About people sleeping in the park?
Yeah.
Well, we don't allow. I put it like this: if you want to set up and sleep, you can. You can't lay up under the trees and the subject area where the pine bogs and stuff are. You can't put cardboard on the grass. You can put blankets out, and you can sit on blankets. You don't supposed to lay out and sleep in the park. That's the rule. You know, just laying flat sleep. If you're sitting up, you know, that's fine. You know, going to the meetings and stuff, I knew some of the rules for the park. They don't allow certain things in the park. They don't allow on the benches.
They don't allow people to sleep on the benches, is that what you said?
Absolutely not. You can't lay down and sleep on a bench.
And what if you're like a student who like is taking a nap or something between classes, you know?
I mean, when you said taking a nap, what do you mean? Just lying in the grass?
Yeah. You know, if you're a student and like, you know, you're in between classes and you just want to take a nap in the grass, I mean, is that allowed?
Well, we don't encourage people laying out flat, sleeping. Like I said, if you're sitting up, I mean, that's fine. Due to the fact that we got a lot of urban campers over there in that park, in every park. Mm-hmm. And what happens is, when we get to urban campers, that's what they're known to do. Lay out and sleep in the park because they haven't any place else to go, I suppose.
So what do you mean by urban campers?
The homeless people. We got complaints from our president of the university. His office sits over across from Murray Park, and you know they looking out. They can see people laying out asleep. Most of them be the urban campers, you know, and we don't allow that. We don't allow that in any park. Now, students do take naps. I've seen some students laying out sleep in the park, but we try to, which personally, I don't mind students, but you have to enforce it, you know, all the way around, because if you don't, then, you know, you got a problem. You discriminate against people. I wouldn't want to tell an urban camper or a homeless person to get up and then let a student lying right next to him sleep. You see where I'm coming from?
But I'm kind of curious, like, why? I mean, why don't you know? Well, I'm not sure exactly what the problem is with people. I can understand if they're like. I can understand why people, if it was like, you know, people drinking or doing drugs or littering in the park, but I'm not sure why, if they're just sleeping.
Did you have an encounter in the park with sleeping?
Well, I've just heard that it's been an issue.
Obviously, you're not understanding what I'm saying. We try to encourage them to sit up, even if they are students, because we don't allow the homeless people to sleep in the park.
When you do see someone sleeping in the park, like, what is the procedure that police are supposed to, you know, police officers are supposed to go through when they see that?
Well, what I do, I'll ask them to sit up, if they will, you know, if they're sitting on a blanket or something.
And again, just to clarify, like, if people sit up when asked, like, that's kind of the end of it, and y'all just leave them alone?
Yeah, it should be. That should be the end of it. They stood up.
So the police just told you that you couldn't be in this park?
Correct.
What was the reason they gave you?
I can't sleep in the park. You got to get up and keep it moving.
So you were laying down and you were sleeping?
Yes.
How long had you been here?
In in Georgia, period?
No, just like sleeping in the park, like.
Yeah. You don't
What,
get
about an hour?
Okay. And so they just came up, they woke you up?
Correct.
Did they, like, touch you?
No, he just said, hey, you need to get up and keep it moving.
Okay. And what did you say to them?
I said, excuse me, but I'm not responsible for everything that you see. I'm only picking up what's mine and walking away. He said, just keep it moving.
Okay. And so did you ask, you didn't ask, like, if they were, like,
No.
why you weren't allowed to sleep in the park?
I just listened to Georgia State Police and promptly got up and walked out.
Okay.
I don't want no problems.
Okay. And did you see them do this to somebody else here also? Or?
Plenty of times. I've been homeless myself for almost a year now.
Uh-huh.
My name is Brenda, and I'm considered to be social worker for the homeless around here.
Uh-huh.
They aggravate us constantly at schools, in parks, and this park as well.
Is this the first time you've had an encounter like this in this park, in Hurt
Not
Park?
at all. This is my second time to be exact.
So this is the second time they've come up to you and said you can't sleep.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Me up out of my sleep. I was startled. I just said, okay, no problems.
Okay.
I wanted to go.
Not being able to sleep and not being able to get a solid night's sleep or even a day's sleep.
How can I be self-sufficient to work?
So I mean, like,
I'm
does this have an effect on like your mental health or your physical health?
Absolutely. I just been diagnosed with bipolar.
So it's important that you get sleep so that you can
Absolutely.
like get your mental health like straight, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sleep, housing, a job, a lot of it goes hand in hand. I just think if we can't sleep here, where can the homeless sleep? It's not fair that we're being waking up constantly over and over, different times, various times, different places from the police. One police woke me up 12 o'clock midnight, and I asked him, if I can't sleep here, sir, where can I go? He said that's not his problem.
Bam, bam. Rock the nation, take over television and radio station. Bam, bam. The truth shall come, give the corporations of complication.